It's complicated. That would be the easiest way to talk about episode 8, which is we're 2 episodes away from the finale here. And knowing this is a mini series, we know that there is going to be a conclusion. It might not be the conclusion that everyone wants, but it's going to be a conclusion, and I assume they're going to stick very close to the book version. I don't know, they could go off, you never know. I've never seen the original version of this, but I have read up online on things as I was investigating the differences and comparisons between the two, so I roughly know. I mean, it's in the title of the show, so you kind of know how this is going to end. Really good episode. The ending of this had Christina saying, "I don't like the show anymore," in a not serious manner. She's definitely, but there's some stuff that goes down in this episode that made her upset. So be forewarned. And again, I don't do spoiler free, so we're going to be talking the whole episode here. So if you haven't watched it yet, pause, go away, come back. You'll be good to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You've had your warning. We're now into it. So the whole of this episode is essentially the build up during the earliest parts. I mean, arguably most of the episode is the build up to Toranaga going to Osaka to surrender. And this is all about, first and foremost, we have the funeral that's going on with his son. And when the funeral is taking place, we have several of the warrior leaders, clan leaders under Toranaga showing up wearing their armor in protest. And also sort of in protest of not only just what's going on with Lord Toranaga, but in protest of the son and everything else. The Ishido and the regents have given Toranaga some time to mourn his son. And during this time, we come to find out that Toranaga is very, very sick, and is depending on he doesn't show up for his son's funeral. He's constantly off, unavailable, and when he is seen, he's leaning heavily on aids, coughing all the time, and essentially wants to, at one point, after he gets upset about the men showing up in armor at his funeral, demands that everyone show up. What's up, Smeagol? He demands everyone shows up to sign up a letter that they are going to surrender peacefully under him. And at this event, where everyone's signing, he's making sure that certain people are in attendance. And he also makes sure to invite the priest, who we saw in the first episodes, one of the Portuguese priests, reminds him that he can, in fact, build the land on Ito. He also gives land to the lady of the tea house, and then the man of the church is going out to inspect his land and sees the lady from the tea house, and he realizes that the church is going to be built right next to Courtesans, a brothel, and he's very upset about this because in his mind they were being given this amazing piece of land and they were going to be able to rule over Ito as these Christian lords, and instead that it shows this point Toranaga has shown them that he views them on equal level as prostitutes. Like, I'm giving you the right to build something there, but everybody has the right to build things there. And the priest is very offended by this, even though normal people would not be. It's just like, hey, everybody's got to make a living. In the middle of all of this, while this is all going down, while the priest is there, he is visibly sick, Toranaga, and he's making sure that the priest takes news back that all of my men are surrendering. I'm very sick. And by this point in the episode, I'm like, this has got to be a ruse, right? But how far is he willing to take it? And apparently, he's willing to take it all the way, because when everybody comes to sign the paper, we have some of the lords who are refusing to sign it. And in the middle of all of this, the old man who has served him since he was a young boy who couldn't even hold his own prick, as they say in the show, also demands that his lord not surrender himself. You're giving up on all we fought for. And Toranaga is like, mine is made up. And the old man says, well, I'm going to commit seppuku right here, right now, in front of everyone in protest of you, my lord. And Toranaga basically just says, do what you got to do. And the old man literally offs himself in front of everybody there. And it wrecks Toranaga. But we also get the reveal towards the end of the episode that all of this was planned. And there's part of this that's very interesting. So while this is all going on, Blackthorn is out there realizing that it's all going down and he needs to make alliances if he's going to survive. So he tries to go ally himself with the bearded guy whose name I forget, who has the son that he's always wishy-washy and he's constantly debating whose side he's going to be on. Hang on. Sweet man, he was pulling on my green screen because I was taking too long. Quick commercial break, everyone, to celebrate and give thanks to all of these amazing people who keep me on the air full time. Really appreciate the support. All you got to do is join as a member. You get access to private videos. You can also do super thanks on any upload or super chats and stickers on any live stream or premiere you see. And beyond that, don't forget we're multi-streaming over on Twitch now, so you can support over there as well. Thanks so much to everybody. Let's get back to the video at hand. Grumpy cats don't get what they like, man. Anyway, Blackthorn goes to try to ally himself with that dude. And he's like, look, man, your lord's given up. I don't want to die. You don't want to die. You seem to be a resourceful fellow. I should ally myself with you. And eventually this comes to take place, even though he reluctantly, refuses him at first because his son is right there. And his son's like, what are you doing? You can't betray Toranaga. But after the signing of the thing and the old man commits seppuku, in front of everyone, this prompts him to go make the alliance with Blackthorn. When that happens, you're thinking, oh my goodness, he's betrayed. And then behind the scenes, this is at the end of the episode, we get Mariko coming in and talking to Lord Toranaga, and he explicitly lays it all out to her that this is all a ruse. This is what is necessary. He finally goes and sees his son's body. He sends her to go off with Blackthorn and the other guy, and he even tells her, he's like, look how predictable they are. He's like, did Anjin go to him? And she's like, yes, he did. He's like, look how predictable they are. They're just like birds. They follow migration patterns and habits. And so he's always scheming and has a plan. But it looks like he's willing to do whatever it takes to save Japan, including sacrificing his mentor. The son was an accident, but I think his son was what prompted him to be willing to sacrifice the old man. And I think at the end the old man knew. This is Chris's theory, not my theory. Chris thinks that the old man knew at the end that this is all part of, because he does make a reference when they're like, this can't be the end. Lord Toranaga must have a plan. Otherwise, why would he have sent the priest ahead with news of how sick he is and that we're all signing this? And he's basically telecasting all of our moves and all of our strategies. He wouldn't be doing that unless he had a plan. And I think in the end, the old man realized that how sad it is that he has to be sacrificed for the good of the plan, but it's all necessary in the service of the greater good. So it's a very sad, poignant ending to lose him. But we got 2 episodes to go, so we'll see where it goes from here. In the middle of this, there's a heartbreaking moment where Mariko's husband tries to make peace with her. He makes her a tea, and he's like, we should, I love you. I'm sorry for everything. We should off ourselves tonight. I'll give you the death that you seek, and then we can go out of this world as husband and wife. And she's like, I would rather, 1,000 times more than go to death with you, And she basically walks out, thanks him for the tea, but like basically just rejects him entirely. And he leaves sobbing, right before he has to take his dad's life in front of everyone. So her husband's not having a good day of it either. And on top of all that is Lady Ochoa accepting Ishido's marriage proposal, which I'm not quite sure where that's going to go. So a lot of stuff on the table right now. We have 2 episodes to wrap it up. Can't wait to see where this is going to go. It's been a wild ride so far. Really love this show. Stick around. We got more stuff coming, including the Fallout show, which starts tomorrow, I think. So we'll be having episodes of that coming up soon. And in the meantime, stay safe, happy watching, and I'll catch everybody next week for the next episode of Shogun.